Hello, viewers. I welcome you all to the end of month's Word of Love Virtual Relationship Summit. This is a program which is guiding you for lovely and godly relationship, and we are helping you to discover the things that will help your relationship work. The topic for this month is the challenge of insecurity in relationships. You know, insecurities can destroy perfect relationship. That's why this program is here for you. We are going to look at how we can deal with insecurity in our relationship. My name is Edward Eninpuakwa, and our guest speaker is Pastor Daniel Owusulabi. Stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, you are welcome to this month's virtual summit. We have a nice package to present to you. The topic for today's discussion is insecurity in relationships. And I am Pastor Daniel Owusulabi. We have a number of issues when it comes to how people feel as far as relationships are concerned. Here we're talking about either couples already in the marriage proper or will be couples, people preparing to get married. And we have this phobia within, fear within, insecurity within that we want to address. What is insecurity in relationships at all? It is uncertainties, lack of self-trust, self-doubt, vulnerability in totality, the attitude of fear, emotional disturbances with regards to how this relationship will end. That is the main explanation to insecurity in relationship. But we also have the causes. What actually ignites these kinds of feelings? Fear and all that, self-doubt. We have a number of causes, but as I mentioned them, I'll try to add some examples so that if you are within the bracket, we know how to deal with it. The major cause of insecurity in relationship is experience. We have a number of people who have gone through several experiences as far as relationships are concerned. Let's take this as an example. Few weeks ago, we heard of an ambulance carrying a woman who was due for labor to another hospital. She was in a critical moment. Unfortunately, armed robbers approached this vehicle, killed the driver or shot the driver, and raped the pregnant woman who was in a critical moment. With this experience, bitter experience, if the child is born and the story is narrated to the child, if the child happens to be a girl or a boy, there will be this kind of fear. If she is a lady, there will be fear for men, fear to move into relationship, fear to get married. So this is a typical example. I remember some time ago, a man called me, a pastor, and was narrating his ordeal in marriage. Anytime the wife wasn't with him, there is potency. I hope you understand. The man who is, yes, acts very well, works, functions well, but anytime the wife used to work elsewhere. So anytime or within the weekends, as the wife comes back home, everything drops dead. And when I spoke with the wife admitted that that is her background. So even before she got married, she knew there would be challenges. Because before she got into marriage, she realized that anyone who came across her way to marry her had some challenges. So when this pastor came, proposed to her, and she accepted, she told him of her challenge, her spiritual stronghold. But the pastor still said he has been led by God and that those strongholds can be broken. And this is the fact they are facing. So there will surely be insecurity. Will the man leave me? Will he stay? Can he endure this? I was listening to 3 ladies who were sharing their story on television. In fact, their faces were covered. And they were sharing their story with the world that their father used to sleep with them. And the mom is aware. And it's just like a vicious cycle. He sleeps with them in turns. And the mother is aware. So they are now afraid of men. So we have ugly experiences that actually changes insecurity. We also have background, educational background status. We personally, where I schooled, like Zongo environment, and we didn't get, excuse me to say, the so-called proper schools to attend, where enough teachers are there, facilities are there. We just move from here to here. It's by grace. So at a point in time, I felt I couldn't actually involve myself so much in what people do. I was always sitting at the back. But anytime we group and there is a group discussion, I am told to lead. But I felt I was inadequate because of background, where I was coming from, the school I attended. Until church came in. You see, as you are in a church, you give your life to Christ, you are given responsibilities here and there. And those responsibilities help me to curb that kind of insecurity within me, that kind of a phobia, fear to mingle and all that. So we have status, educational background. Some people think that since they have not gotten to this height, they cannot mingle and all that. And for some, it is fear. A kind of fear that is from the devil, is from darkness, that you cannot hit that target. You cannot relate. You cannot marry. And they have actually nursed this kind of fear to the extent that it has experienced a homogeneous mixture with the body. And that their thinking, their actions are all based on fear. I can't. I don't have the needed confidence. So these are some of the things. Other ones are also unpreparedness. We have a number of ladies who are not trained well as far as home management is concerned. Now, they have gotten their master's, PhD, their first degree, their diploma, they are nurses, teachers, and all that. They feel insecure. They look beautiful, sharp, nice. Academically, they are on top. But when it comes to, you see, books are different from home. The things we do at home are different from the things we read in books. So there is this fear that, what if I get married and the man is so demanding? What if this relationship leads to marriage and I don't know how to do this, and that? Will the man stay with me? So unpreparedness is one of them. How to arrange rooms and all that. Every 2 months you need to change the orientation of the room and all that. Cooking here and there, managing, putting this one here and that, managing money and all that. That is also an issue. Then I made mention of strongholds, battles that people face. It's also another thing that actually causes insecurity in relationships. Then we look at the signs. The signs. Number 1 sign is lack of confidence. Anytime you give the person work to do, either in the church or in the midst of people or in an assembly, they would rather want to recommend other people. That is one typical sign. Lack of confidence to take the bull by the horn and lead something and lead an operation. Then lack of communication. They are unable to communicate well. I read a story where two students in this particular school, they were to speak only English. And this was a boy who was a pure Trinidadian. He came from far away and English was not his friend. So there was a fight. So the teacher called them to arbitrate. So the one who was into the English proper was able to communicate well in English. In fact, it was the English boy who was at fault. And the other guy who couldn't speak English had wanted to resort to speaking Twi to explain himself better. The moment he began to speak Twi, the master said, hey, don't speak in Twi. Then it's like, say, He did the so the teacher judged the case and he was punished. Meanwhile, he wasn't the offender. So lack of communication. You should be able to communicate to your partner what is actually eating you, your challenges and your troubles. In fact, two are more powerful than one. And that is why God intentionally brought two together so that we sharpen each other. So where you are feeling, I am almost bringing the solution. Where you are feeling some kind of turmoil, something has been eating you for quite too long, you will just share it and you will be okay. The next thing that serves as a sign is that fear of failure. They are always afraid to fail. Fear of failure. Fear of failure. We are going to this man to tell this man that we are about getting married. Hey, I am afraid. What if my father doesn't allow? What if my mother doesn't agree? What if my pastor says something differently? You are in a marriage already. You are married. And there is a challenge. What if the world sees it as so? What if people who trust me hear about this? So the mentality of fear of failing is also another issue that serves as a sign. Then self-pity. Media say ya na yetio. Media say ya na tumio. Self-pity. Media where people can go, I cannot go. Self-pity. And they are always inviting people to actually feel their pains. Brother, haven't you seen that I'm sick? Haven't you seen that I don't have anything on me? They want people to actually experience their pains with them and all that. They will never share anything joyous. And people are better than me syndrome is another sign. People are better than me syndrome. Because I can speak well, she thinks I am better than her. He thinks I am better than her. It's another issue. How do we deal with it? Number one, if you have given your life to Christ, it is a perfect decision. The disciples were all having their challenges. But the moment they got knitted to Jesus, there was a change. Peter wasn't a good speaker. But in Acts chapter 2, we see him there flowing. In Acts chapter 2, we see the man, a fisherman. He speaks and it's like the professors are tumbled all over because it's like the man speaks and there is substance in his speech. It is not because of much experience. It was because of connection. So if you have given your life to Jesus, it is a mighty divine connection. It's a facility we cannot joke with. So as you have given your life to Christ, the next thing to do is to serve in his economy. Be led by God. Locate what you need to do to serve the master. In serving him, a lot of negative tendencies are chiseled away because the Spirit of the Lord will lead you as to what to do without fear. Then you always have to look into the mirror. You have a mirror in the house. Look into it and speak positive words to yourself. Your image is in the mirror. I used to do this. I speak to my image in the mirror. I am a person that, you see, many people could see good things about you, but you yourself might not see those good things. So when they say it, appropriate it. Speak into the mirror and say, this is who I stand for and who I am. They are saying it and it's positive. I imbibe it into me. So you speak into the mirror. Build confidence. Read books. Read powerful, nice books. Miles Monroe, Hagen, books on temperament, books on faith, Kumuyi, Adiboye, and the rest. We know them and we know their substance. So you read their books and it will actually change a lot of things around your life. We have a number of couples, those who have married, and it's like before they got married, they had wanted to impress their partners, their would-be partners. So after tying the knot, it's like we have already married and the dust has fallen, so they choose to do whatever they want to do. No. Every day spice the marriage. Every day spice the marriage. Else your attitude will push the man away, your attitude will push the woman away. You will still stay together, but there will be insecurity in the marriage. You will fear each other. So spice the marriage. Daily do it. And then the reason why we have eraser is to make corrections. Feel free to make errors. Feel free to make mistakes. But don't let there be mistakes that will meet you in future. Mistakes. Feel free. Some people, when they make few mistakes, they shiver. It's like, why? How could I? Why did I do this and all that? Feel free. Make mistakes. When you are corrected, criticized, effectively, positively, accept it. Accept your critiques and bring a change to that environment. You cannot be 100% perfect in the eyes of man. It is only God who sees us to be perfect. So as far as we stay with man, you see the cross, horizontal and vertical. The vertical is relationship between the Father and man. The horizontal, relationship between man and man. That was why the 10 Commandments, we have it in two parts. 6 and then 4. 6 is relationship between man and man. 4, relationship between man and God. That is the same way the cross is. And Jesus is in the middle. You see, pulling man to the Father, pulling man to man. So we are to live with men in peace. Now, as we live with them, the teeth will by all means bite the tongue. And the lips will try to cover that mistake. The lips is always the eraser. So it's like we accept our wrongdoings and then we make adjustments, we correct. And in so doing, we become perfect in the eyes of men. So we need to feel free to make mistakes, errors, and then we correct them to become the men God wants us to be or people wants us to be. Then you pray more. Praying more takes away fear. Pray more, sister. Pray more, brother. Pray more, married couples. This is not the time to be enjoying the facilities you have. Pray more, pray more. The more you pray, the more boldness comes. You look at Job. Satan wanted to break his relationship with God. It's all about relationship. Life is all about relationship. He wanted to fracture the relationship Job had with God. Satan was not about his wealth, his health, his family and status, no. But he realized that if he gets his wealth, if he gets his health, and he touches his status, and he touches the family, Job may bow out of the presence of God, may disconnect his relationship with God. So he succeeded in attacking all these elements I've made mention of. It was left with the wife. That is the last person in the family. And she also negatively had wanted to impact Job. He said, why don't you curse God and die? But the Bible says that Job consistently held on to his integrity. He said, yes, my foundation is Jesus. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? My emboldenment, my confidence is stemmed from Jesus. It's stemmed from my relationship with the Lord. So let them take all the physical assets. I still have to hang on to my foundation. For if I destroy the foundation based on the pains I'm experiencing, then I am gone forever. And as he held on to the foundation, which is God, at the latter part of Job, the book of Job, we realize that all that he lost, they were restored back to him in a beautiful fold. So prayer and your connection with God is very important. There are a lot of things, a number of things partners do to make their spouses insecure. When attention begins to drift from your husband, from your wife, then there is insecurity. Is he or she seeing another person outside? There is something that happens when you get married afresh. Hey, the heat is on. Love, unity, wifey, where are you, darling? Where are you? Have you got into the workplace and all that? But the moment children begin to pop up, the attention of the woman is drifted to the children. It's natural. It's drifted to the children. And now the children become the husband and the children of the woman. So you, the man, if care is not taken, you will be sidestepped. And if care is not taken, it's like you conceive a negative mentality that my wife has just jettisoned me. That might not be the issue. Now, she's so much occupied with the children and other chores. Responsibilities are increasing. Now you get to the workplace, your wife is not calling her, darling, have you reached and all that. But we say it is not the best. But as a man, you need to also understand it from another dimension. If you cannot trust your wife, if you cannot trust your husband, but you are using trivial matters to judge, and it's like you have a to-do list where you write all the mistakes your husband did last year, and another one has repeated itself just this year, and you sit him down, you sit her down and begin to read from the jotter of history. Last year you did this, and you did this again in March, and in February you did this. April you repeated. Even in December, you still did it. Even on 31st December, you didn't call me. Even on my birthday, you didn't showcase anything. So it's like, and you have done the same thing in 2021. If you consistently do these things, there will not be any growth. There will be insecurity. You bombard your husband, your wife with a lot of negative information, and that you piss him or her off totally. Then the next thing is, men normally do this. They send money to women outside without telling their wives. It's a full insecure. You are actually making your wife feel insecure. In fact, women are jealous in nature. Any help you want to remit to anybody outside, you need to discuss with your wife. Don't be sending momoing to people without the knowledge of your wife. So the lady saw your wife and said that, Mommy, thank you so much for the other time. I received 500 Ghana cedis from you. When was that? Is it from me? No. Dad sent it to me. You see, you are actually breaking the mental framework of the marriage. So whatever you do without the consent of the other partner, you are building insecurity in the home. Then the needs, you need to meet needs. You need to meet the needs of the woman, the needs of the man. Last 5 years, as we got married, the man was able to meet the needs of the wife. Now things are getting better at the job place, employment and all that. All things are booming. But you are reducing the satisfaction of the wife. It's like the basic things she needs, you are not actually caring for. So she will feel insecure. It's my husband seeing another person. It's my wife seeing another person and all that. Then the bedroom issue. When you got married, it was so beautiful. Yes, God bless sex too. It's good for married couples. When he has created all, he said, and it was good. So sex is also good for married people. In it, we have bonding and all that. And now you begin to hide behind excuses, and you are preventing your husband from bonding with you. That one too can bring insecurity. If you are sick, fine. If you are tired, fine. But there is a way we communicate to our partners to understand us. So these are basically some of the things we can do to actually bring insecurity in our homes as married couples. To the will-be partners, those who would want to get married, there are a number of things. Remember that you are not married yet. So if you have been going there cooking, and yesterday you didn't go there to cook, that one is not part of insecurity. In fact, you have actually taken a wrong step by cooking for somebody you are not yet married to. You need to be disciplined. And the two of you should understand this discipline ratio. This is my limit, this is also my limit. I always say that dating is like stealing a pair of shoes from a shop. You can only wear it in the night. You can only wear it in the night. But courtship is like you bought it from the shop and there is after sales engagement. If it is not fitting you well, you can send it, and there are stakeholders around. You did proper purchasing. So I am into proper purchasing. Cotton. So pastors are aware, parents are aware, and all that. And they monitor, and they bring the needed advice. Now you have not yet consummated your relationship. It's not marriage. So you need to know your limits. And your limit will demand the things you ought to do for the other one. The care is very important. How are you this morning? How was work? And all that. But don't drive deeper. Don't wake up love when it is asleep. Else you might not be able to satisfy the demands of that lust, boiling out of the love you say you have. So basically, these are some of the things that, one thing that is actually happening of late is the social media. Husband can be in the sofa chatting with multiples of people. Wifey is calling husband and it's like, you take the lead, I'm coming, I'm coming. Then in the night, the wife takes the phone and realizes that he has been chatting with ladies alone. Annie, how are you? Sweetie, how are you? Meanwhile, he calls me Pames mom. Hey, how are you? Were you able to go to work? You are just caring for somebody outside the parameters of your home. But you don't show such care to the wife. The wife doesn't show such care to the husband. She's also chatting and spending much time on social media at the detriment of caring for the husband, for the children. It breeds insecurity. So these are some of the things that actually can becloud homes to be insecure.
Okay, let's say I'm in a relationship with someone, and when I see the man with other ladies, I feel insecure, and maybe when I see the woman with other guys, I feel insecure. So how best can we solve this issue?
Good. You will see you are in a relationship, and anytime you see your will-be partner with the other opposite sex, you become so jittery. It's like you are insecure and all that. And anger boils. It's insecurity breeds anger. You talk anyhow and you complain anyhow. If that is so, then that means there is a level of immaturity dancing in your anatomy that you need to deal with. Immaturity. There is always the need to ask of the etymology of an action. What is actually bringing about this? You see, we have some temperaments that you can only reduce it a little bit as far as how people should crowd around you is concerned. Some of us have that temperament. Anywhere we go, people want to come closer. So what I may have to do is to build another kind of temperament that will resist and open, so that they will not be my source of temptation. Source of temptation. And we have other temperaments that repel. It pushes people away. It's a bad one. You need to build another one that will invite people closer to you, but you know the limit. Now you need to, I have this man of God who has a bushy hair, a very tall hair, bushy hair. So one time, somebody made a remark that a pastor and the hair is like this. I was also thinking the same way, that a pastor and look at your hair. So one time he was ministering at the workplace, and he said that this is my hair. People don't know why I leave my hair like this. Me, I don't like it, but I was involved in an accident, and unfortunately, I had a blast on my hair, my skull. So the advice the doctor gave me was to use my hair to cover that part that I was affected, because anytime I cut it low, I feel this pain in my head. So everybody has a reason for doing something. So if you are feeling insecure, ask of the reason for the person's incessant movement with a group of people, with a particular gentleman. Ask of it. As you get the understanding, you will be able to move along with. And there are certain times that those people also need help. Those moving with certain groups of people, they don't know their limits. They think everything goes. So you may have to sit the person down. This is our intention. This is what we want to do next month, next year. So let our limits reach here. Be careful of the way you communicate to people about our relationship, the way you move with people, and the way you talk. Those kind of corrections are very important. That will build your security. Else, you may always be throwing the truncheon.
And how best can we, if you're in a relationship, how best can you treat your ex to drive away insecurity from your current relationship? Your ex.
Okay. Yes, we have some people who were into a relationship, it didn't work. And now they are moving on with another person. And how do you drive away the ex so that that insecurity, in quote, wouldn't be showcased in the new relationship? It is just a matter of, just as I said, maturity is very key. It is not money that marries. It is not wealth. It is maturity. In fact, it is not even love that marries. It is sacrifice. It is not love. You can love a car, but that doesn't mean you can drive. It is sacrifice. So if you mean and you are actually resolute to sacrifice, the person is also ready to sacrifice, then you need to share more. Share your pains, your feelings, your disasters, your joys together. And when that kind of trust comes in, that kind of transparency comes in, there is a bond. There is a serious affection, there is a bond. Now, if I am to tell my would-be partner that I was into this relationship with this personality or this person, but these are the things that happened. The Lord told me not to hook along with it anymore. The Lord redirected me to you. This is what has been happening. So if you see me or see her with me or whatever, you shouldn't have any negative or ulterior motive. I'm not at loggerheads with her. She's not at loggerheads with me. So we are just free moral agents moving together. It is dependent on your openness and transparency to or with the new lady or the new gentleman you have gotten. When you open up to him or her, that euphoria of bonding will drive the person away technically, because you understand each other, your mindsets are the same. It will drive the person away technically. But where it's like your attention is drawn to the other person, that is an X. And then as if you are trying to hide something and all that, that is what sparks. You are lying here and there. Insecurity breeds lies. You are lying here and there. You went to her, and when you were, I said, I went to the library, and when she finds out, he finds out, and it doesn't build the union very well. So openness, transparency is the key. It will technically drive away the one that you don't have anything to do with.
I'm in a relationship, and my partner told me someone has proposed to her, but she didn't agree. But here lies the case. My partner always speaks with the person. Anytime I call her, maybe she'll be on another call. Whom were you talking with? It will be the person whom she told me she proposed to.
Right.
How do we deal with this?
Excellent. You are in a relationship with someone, and someone also proposed to, specifically, you let me say your lady. And the lady also told you that this gentleman has proposed to her, but she didn't accept. But she is always found on the phone talking to the man, talking to the other person, always found on the phone talking to the other person. And so what can you, as a man, ready to hold the hand to the aisle, do? This is about communication. It's about interaction. It's about giving a direction. It's about, we have some people that I have a number of ladies around, and this is what I saw worrying them. When people propose to them and they give the negative remark, they don't want those people to build pain. So they become pain healers to them. so they call them, how are you? They chat them, how are you? I hope you are fine with the answer I gave to you last month. Not because I don't like you, I like you. But it's like, we cannot be together. I am already with another person. He has not offended me. So it's like they become pain healers. And it's wrong. If it is no, it's no. Yes. The more you become pain healer, the more the bond comes. And the more you see the weaknesses of the proper partner. Because this one will be telling you things that will make your head swell. This one will be telling you things he is doing to build his own life. Even next month, I'm going to Canada. Next 2 years, I would want to read my PhD. So it's like to be eaten into your head. But practically speaking and spiritually discerning, you know that the other person you have, the will-be or the gentleman whom you have actually promised each other, holds the key to your destiny, is the one the Lord has actually sanctioned to be with. But the way this guy is spelling things he is doing and he wants to do to you, is like your career is in line with the person. So if care is not taken, you'll be taken away. It's like you will spell your name from the back. So the best thing to do is, if you are into that, is to break that channel. It will not help your relationship that the Lord is watering to function as marriage. And suffice me to say that that union you are building, a godly union, I'm not talking about those who have been gyrating around sex and have been abusing themselves. They are building their own culture. There is no culture in this world that can satisfy marriage principles and tenets instituted by God. No culture in this world. So those of you who are into decent relationship and the Lord is leading you, the Lord has interest in that relationship. So build this as an investment of God, so that during the marriage proper, the marriage parcel, the Lord himself can move in stronger and bring the needed blessings. Remember, you are not marrying based on your personal interests. You are marrying because God has sanctioned it for his purpose. Because the two are joining together to pursue divine agenda and to sabotage every scheme of the enemy. Priscilla and Aquila could call an apostle and educate the apostle on the other side of the gospel. So you're coming together. It's not a wishy-washy one. Everybody is marrying. That is why we are also trying to marry. It's not because people are getting partners and that is why we are also longing to have one. No. It's a demand from God. And provided you know that the Lord is leading you to Akwesi, Ama, Adjoa, and the facilities around are the facilities of God, and that angels and the Spirit of the Lord are sanctioning it through infallible proofs, you need to respect the sanctity of that union and make it grow to the time that we will consummate it and make it marriage proper. So anybody at all around this union is a negative facility who can influence your union to go against the will of God. So that is what we need to have in our mind and our hearts, so as to carry the union to the other side that God demands us to carry it to.
I'm in a relationship, and anytime my partner has been creating rooms for insecurity, sometimes it's true, and I've been talking about it, I've been complaining, I've been trying to admonish my partner, but it seems nothing is working. Should I still be in the relationship, or is better I quit?
Perfect. You cannot carry anger into marriage. You cannot bottle pains into marriage. You are with someone you know you are led to, and the person is always building mountains of insecurity. No matter how far you go in admonishing her to come out of some instances, she is still building it. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she does. Man, don't waste your time there. Do not waste your time. The other time, God said, I've regretted making Saul a king. And he brought in David. God is always regretting for the men he calls and how they break his heart. So the Lord can lead you to a particular person, but character too counts. So you need to comb and search. Open your eyes well. The Lord might be speaking to you to break hold with the person, but you might not be seeing it well. So go back into your chambers and ask God, God, this is what has been happening. What do I do about this? Are you still leading us? And the Lord will tell you something. He will speak to you, either to change the gear or to run away or to stay. So the other time, the Lord told his prophet to go for Gomer, the prostitute. And Gomer ran away. So the Lord told the prophet to go for Gomer. He did all he could do for Gomer, but that one was for a storyline. The Lord had wanted to tell the Israelites that I loved you. You have become prostitutes, yet I went for you. When you came to me, you ran away again to the world. So when you are feeling insecure in the relationship, the woman is building packs of lie. The man is building packs of lie. He or she is not saved. It's not born again. That relationship is on the mountain of insecurity. Man, find a place and sit. Be led aright. If you bring these tendencies into the marriage, it will collapse. Because it takes at least 5 years to build component, to build the two shall be one. It takes 5 years. Minimum. Some 20 years. to see the two shall be one. So the first 5 years is like I-ism, me-ism, egoism. And if you are now working on your marriage individually, you are now working on to bring the needed synergy, and these attitudes are still boiling up. Man, you cannot stay. Woman, you cannot stay. You go mad. In this world, if your marriage doesn't stand, everything about you will not stand. So our advice that if that is the attitude and behavior, she is not teachable, she cannot be corrected. He is not teachable, he cannot be corrected. Leave them alone, and the Lord will lead you aright. My final words to the world is that God is faithful. I would want everyone to catch this vision well. Everything was created as an original. Animals original, trees original, water original. They were not created in any other image. It's only man who was created in another's image. So we are not of ourselves. We cannot control who we are or do things to satisfy our ego and go scot-free. So we carry the image of somebody, and that is God. So our original source is God. We are only a duplicate of him. If we want the best in life as far as relationship is concerned, let's go to our source. Let's go to God. He will show us many things that the mind has not conceived before. He will direct us as to the right persons we ought to be knitted together. The other time, Jonathan met David, and the Bible says that their spirits were knitted together. So we have knitting individuals in the system. But it is God to direct you to the one that your souls and spirits will be knitted together. There will be challenges, yet you'll be able to run over the mountain. The mountain of Zerubbabel will not stand against your way. But if it is not of God, but you want to satisfy your personal sentiments and all that, then you face the music. So I am admonishing each and everyone that the Lord will lead us aright as to who we want to build a relationship with, leading us into marriage. And open your eyes, guys, open your eyes, ladies. Many things are happening. And maturity is needed. Maturity is not from television. Maturity is from your relationship with God and how you have been able to execute some actions that were coming from challenges, and you were able to overcome those challenges. Ability to deal with issues, for short, brings the maturity. So if we are able to do all these things as our homework, and God is pouring his dew upon us, I tell you, we can go far. And the Lord will rejoice over our union. God bless you so much and be with you. Some other time like this, we shall come your way. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you all for participating in this virtual summit. And I know you've been blessed. You've learned a lot of things. If you have any question, if you have anything to add up, do not hesitate to pass it under the comment section. We will read it and answer your question. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Our World of Love. God bless you. Bye-bye.